Imagine this, you've just moved into a brand new house and out your back door is a barren patch of dirt and rock, totally exposed to the elements, no grass, no plants, and that's where we're starting today's video. Welcome to another transformation by Sage Landscapes. I'm the owner, Matt Bowman, and I'll be showing you this project today. So today we're taking this blank and boring backyard into a tasteful cottage garden oasis that these homeowners can enjoy. In this project, we're going to feature a really nice flagstone patio. We'll have a natural stone wall. We'll have garden beds, planting beds, and irrigation to service all these things, plus the new grass for the majority of the backyard space. Let's start with the flagstone patio. So this will be the heart of the outdoor living space, and we created this entire patio from natural bluestone. So it's going to be durable, long-lasting, have the look and feel of natural stone, which we really like, and it's a really great way to highlight this area that'll be their primary use for the backyard. The natural textures and the light grays and natural blues of this bluestone pair really well, I think, with the local Oregon stone that are available for things like this wall. So I think natural bluestone as a product we really enjoy because it blends really seamlessly with some of the other natural products from Oregon. My first main tip for building a flagstone patio is going to be have the right foundation. So with stone, you're dealing with a really long-lasting product that can last centuries if done correctly. So here in Oregon, we'd be using about a 6-inch base over a geotextile fabric, and for that base, it's 3/4 clean gravel or 3/4 minus, and then we use a quarter chip or 1/4 minus for our screed layer and leveling course. So that's what all our flagstone patios sit upon, and most of our paver patios as well. Yeah, with this sort of base prep and foundation, it'll give you a patio that'll last, it won't settle or move over time. It'll be able to withstand the elements and the weather here in Oregon. And while this footage plays, I'll make another note for the other contractors who might be watching. One thing that I've been focusing on recently that's helped us out a lot is we've just gotten really picky with our taste in materials. And what that's meant for us is that the materials we recommend, we're recommending frequently and using a lot. And as a contractor, you'll still encounter new situations and new problems to solve, but you'll have this solid base for your business where you know every time we do a bluestone patio, for example, it's the same process, it's repeatable, and you increase your accuracy and mastery of that product just by sheer repetition. So in our case, one of our big services are these bluestone patios. We have a few types of pavers that we like to recommend, a few types of wall material, but it really helps the guys when they can come to work knowing that although they'll have to solve some new problems with grading, or maybe there's more rocks or the soil is looser, there's all these problems to solve, you'll still know that when it comes to the products, we know how to install them, we've done it a million times, so you've got that base to rely upon, which frees up some mental energy when you're problem solving on a new site. The other thing we like to add to a lot of our landscape projects is an interactive feature of some kind, and that's normally a fire pit, seat wall, water feature, something that allows us to flex our artistry a little bit. In this case, it might be the garden. It's another destination in the back of this property that they'll be able to use and spend a lot of time out in. So it's something that gets you out into the yard, an engaging, interesting feature, because we find once people are outside, they'll have more reasons to stay there. We spent some time making that look really cute with the hog wire fence and the arbor entrance with a few stepstones. So it's a really nice looking and inviting garden space to go out and do chores in. If it's ugly, weedy garden at the back of your yard, you might be less inclined to go work there. But because you have these stepstones from the door, the flagstone patio, the perennial landscape beds on both sides with metal edging that you walk past, it's a really inviting walk out to the garden as their interactive feature in the back of this property. So next, our charming little rock wall here adds a bit of structure It holds up the hill so we can accomplish this flat space, but it also is a visual definition between parts of the yard. So it gives you a little sense of coziness on this flagstone patio. And these rocks are perfect Oregon staple. They look really natural here and blend in with the local environment. So these are really nice quality local stones. And since this is kind of a cottage garden, we're not going to obsess about stacking these, super tightly together. So Oregon basalt is a great wall material, and if you get a nice product that has one or two flat sides, it makes these things a breeze to put together. So we just stagger the joint, make them fit as well as we can. Obviously there's levels to how tight of a joint we use. For this kind of cottage garden, you don't want to go too crazy to the point where it looks really modern and manufactured. So we just knock off a few odd points, do a little bit of chipping and breaking on these stone walls, but mostly these are starting with a quality rock that's mostly categorized by size, and then we hand pick something with a nice face or two that we can stack together that'll make a really nice, long-lasting little wall here. I wish I could take credit for all these flower beds and vegetable gardens, but all we did was provide the soil and the irrigation to make sure these areas could thrive. But this was the homeowner's project here, was to bring these plant beds to life. So we did use a metal edge between the grass and the plant beds, because this is a rhizomatous tall fescue, which means they shoot runners out laterally, which is great for filling in little bare patches and stuff in the lawn, but it's a little tougher on your plant beds. So if you don't want to be out edging all the time, you can put some sort of a more permanent curb edge or a metal edge like we did in this case to help you with the maintenance of that grass encroaching into your plant beds. And this garden in the back is right at the limit of the sunlight needed to have a successful garden. So when you're planning your garden, make sure you consider the sunlight. That'll be a big limitation, especially in neighborhoods like this that have kind of perimeters of dug fir trees and things around. Ideally 6 hours of sunlight or more is a great spot for a garden. So your vegetables with higher sun needs, you have that sun where you can actually ripen a tomato. If in deeper shade, you'll have a little less vegetative growth and a harder time ripening fruit if you don't get that nice hot sun on your plants. And then another key in these gardens is going to be drip irrigation. We don't like sprays in our landscape beds, and I don't like sprays in gardens if you can avoid them either. With the fungal pressure, powdery mildew and things, you'll have a lot more success if it's ground level watering instead of wetting all the leaves arbitrarily with a spray nozzle. So the same with our landscape beds, you just put the water where the plant is. You don't need to be spraying the entire surface of the ground and just growing weeds. So strategically place water based along the plan and plants that you have. And when we're talking about in-ground vegetable gardens, do set out permanent paths so you have the same beds year after year, and then just rotate your crops and add your amendments to those beds. This allows you to keep the drip irrigation in place. It allows you to amend just the bed soil. You don't have to till and amend the entire garden area. And we found that you can have a lot more success that way, especially if you bring in some leaves or deep mulches over the winter just to tuck those things to bed and get on top of the weeds for your spring to-do list when it comes around. So there you have it. You saw a little bit of this process of turning this blank, barren backyard. We had to knock out rocks to even be able to grow sod at this place. So it was a lot of extra work with this rocky soil, but I think it turned out great. So if you picked up any tips from this one, hopefully you're empowered to take on your own backyard transformation. If not, ask me some questions down in the comments and I'll try to answer those. But it's pretty incredible. You take a barren backyard and add a few of these and you get a cool landscape. So it's kind of fun to see it all come together on film. If you're in the Portland area, we have a design giveaway coming up, so don't forget to enter that. So keep an eye on the page or check in on our Instagram. Otherwise, we'll try to keep you laughing and keep you inspired with your landscape journey here at Sage Landscapes, and I'll see you on the next video.